Hi folks, welcome to the second video for INF 1070 Digital Presentation 1. I'm Josh DeVries. I'm going to take you through Chapter 2 of this textbook, starting on page PPT 77. The second project is Preparing for the Unexpected, and this is the walkthrough of how to complete it. So the first step that I'm going to remind you all about in this PowerPoint 1 month lesson, or series of lessons, all of your lessons pictures are found right in the Moodle shell. So as this is the second project of the second chapter, you just scroll down from the top and click Week 2, Chapter 2, and then scroll down to the Chapter 2 PowerPoint files. You're going to notice that when you click it, it might look like this. You just got to click the down arrow for the project you're on. In this case, we're going to be using these 3 files, and then for the lab that you're going to do after this project, you need these files to add in. So without any further delay, let's open up PowerPoint. So start PowerPoint and let it load. And PPT 77 is asking us to load a certain theme. Now, I have it on my screen already because I've worked through the demonstration, but what you have to do, according to the textbook, is click Education and then scroll down to find that theme. So you double click it, and then it'll pop open to be exactly what you want. PPT 78 and 79 are asking you to delete certain pictures. So you're going to delete the first 4 slides. So left click them all and then hit the delete key on the keyboard. You want to keep this picture. Then you're going to delete the next 3. You're going to left click and hold this picture and drag it to it's the first slide. And then you're going to delete the bottom 2 blank slides. So you're going to actually end up with a 4-slide presentation. And that takes us all the way to page PPT 81. We're going to start off on the first slide, prepare for the unexpected. And then you click again that the blocks below, plan for a disaster. For the next slide, so PPT 82, we're going to click here, and for the caption of the picture, you're going to say, create a disaster supply kit. And the caption is, just have to erase it first, after left clicking it, is collect basic objects your family may need to stay alive. I'm going to put a period there even though there's no period in the book. Then we're going to click slide 3. You're going to notice it says click to add title. And we're going to add develop a family communication plan. So that takes us to the end of PPT 82, and on PPT 83, they want us to save the document. So you're going to click File, Save As, and you're going to save it where you've saved all your other documents. And I'm just going to call this Emergency Plan. Save. When you save your document, you'd want to put your name in it or maybe your student number so that it's guaranteed yours when you submit it. But Moodle does change the file names for me when you submit it so that you are easily distinguishable. So don't worry too much about that kind of situation arising. The next part of the textbook is asking us to enter the truck on the first page. So we're going to go back and we're going to select the first page. We're going to left click the Moodle where I left off with to start this lesson. We're going to download the emergency fire truck, and we're going to left click and we're going to drag it into the picture. And we're just going to place it like that. Literally left click and drag. When it downloads, don't let go of the left hand button. Hover over the PowerPoint symbol till the screen pops up, and then let it go on the screen, and then you can just click the picture and move it around. So roughly, this is more or less where it's supposed to be for now. Actually, they want us to use the horizontal guide and the left guide But it looks like this picture is supposed to be a lot bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a little bit bigger there. So we're on the guides, how it wants to see those brown lines that have popped up on the screen. Hope you can see it on your screen. And that looks about right. Now we're going to go to the second slide. We're going to click here. We're going to click Change Picture. Now, we have to find the file first. So we're going to click X, and we're going to go back to Moodle, and we're going to download the first aid kit, which is what we're looking for. And we're going to download the first aid kit. Again, left click, hold, drag it over to PowerPoint. We're going to let it go over the picture of the 3 children. Notice how it's now on top of that picture. So what we can do is we can click the 3 children, delete, and then we can add the picture that way. We can send that piece to the back. So now we have the picture there. Just the way we want it. We can delete that icon if you want. Just highlight it and click X. There we go. Now the picture that we want in the border is present. That takes us to the end of page PPT 85. Now what we need to do is we need to adjust the contrast of the picture. So we're going to click the picture. You click on Format. It's this purple option pops up at the top. And we're going to do Correction. And they want us to do Brightness 20%, Contrast -40. So it changes the picture there a little bit. And that is what we are doing on page PPT 87. We are then going to select Center Shadow Rectangle. So we're going to drop this down. We're going to find Center Shadow Rectangle. So that's not the one. Center Shadow Rectangle. It will be there. Don't give up on looking for it. There we go. Center Shadow Rectangle. Perfect. So we click that so it changes the image. It's a little bit off because I have a wider screen monitor, so the icons aren't in the exact same order as they are in the book. So you just have to find the one that you're looking for, that the textbook wants us to do. Then we're going to click Picture Border, and we're going to click Weight, and it wants it to be a 3-point border, and we're going to turn it to light blue. There we go. So I have to kind of move that over a bit. Maybe even make this a tad smaller. There we go. That brings us to the end of PPT 89. Then we're going to do Picture Effects, Glow. So this is PPT 90. Again, I click Picture Effects, highlight Glow, and then I'm going to click the one that says Light Blue 18-point Glow, Accent Color 2. So Light Point 18 Glow. If you just leave your mouse on it for a little bit, don't touch anything. So this is 11-point glow, so I have to go one darker to 18-point glow. Perfect. There we have it. We are now done page PPT 90. We've added the picture in the way we wanted to see. And the last thing we're going to do with PPT 91, we're going to adjust this picture one more time. And we're going to do Picture Effects. And then we want to click Bevel. And then we're going to click Recessed Bevel. So it makes it look like the picture's kind of in a 3D frame a little bit. It changes up the image slightly. And that takes us to the end of PPT 91. So now that we're here developing a family vacation, we are going to kind of just drag that down, and I'm going to use the blank slide. So I'm just going to cut and paste the title here, because I think that fourth slide is supposed to be at the end where we put in some information. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to develop images, and we're going to insert some stuff here. So this is the insert section. It's kind of like the quick bar ribbon. So we're going to click down, and we're going to pick the shape that says stars and banners. We're going to click that, and then we're going to just kind of left click and drag and make one on the screen. So when you left click down, you're going to drag it bigger and you're going to let go. And then that's what you're doing. We're roughly eyeballing the shape here. Okay, now you're going to find some guides here. So we're going to put this right on the edge as per PPT 94. So you're going to left click the image. You're going to push it around the screen until there's some bars that line up. That's how you know it's level. Then we're going to go to the quick bar. We're going to find the plus sign. There's going to be a plus sign around here. Here, plus sign. We're going to make our plus sign. Then we're going to try to line up. There we go. It's lined up. Now we're going to do the quick bar again. We're going to find a rectangle. We're going to make a rectangle. We're going to line this up at the top so it's spaced out. And then we're going to Control C while it's selected, and we're going to push Control V, and we can drag it down. Perfect. And that's really what I'm looking for. You've made some pictures, and it takes us to the end of PPT 96. What I did is I made the next picture again because I know it's coming. But you can actually wait if you like. Now, quick styles, click quick styles, they want us to do purple, subtle effect, lavender accent 5, subtle effect, lavender accent 6, subtle effect, there we go. And we're going to do the same thing for the square. We are end up going to do the same thing for the square as well. And this plus sign is going to get a shape fill of white and an outline fill of lavender. So now we've created all your quick auction ribbons are right here. So that takes us to PPT 97. We're then going to double click inside this. We're going to click it to access it, sorry. Then we're going to right click and we're going to click edit text. And that allows us to type in the middle. So now we're going to put contact names and number sign and phone numbers. And we're going to do this top box. Again, we're going to left click it to highlight it, right click it, and then click edit text. And we're going to type in the middle here. We're going to do meeting place near house. Now, what we have to do is we have to highlight it, and we're going to change the font to Courier New. So we're going to scroll down. It's in alphabetical. C-O-U-R, Courier New. And we're going to change the font, and we're going to center it. There we go. Now we're only being asked to change the font on this square at the moment, and that's PPT 99. We're then going to increase the font size to 28. So we can just scroll down to 28. We might have to make this a little bit bigger. And then we're going to bold it. And they also want us to change the text to black. So what I did here is I highlighted the words, right-clicked on the highlight, the drop-down menu is teller of the text, and you can see the text changing colors. I'm not clicking it. Well, it wants to be black and bold. Now, the same thing needs to be done here. So left-click, highlight it, turn it black, turn it bold, make the text 28, and then turn the text to, now, Courier News is going to be right at the top because it's recently used, so you don't have to scroll all the way to find it. Contact names and phone numbers, meeting place near house, and that takes us to the end of PPT 101. And this is where they're actually asking you to cut and paste this box. But since I've already made the box for you, I'll delete it though. What I do is I highlight this, I can right click, click copy, and then left click copy, and then right click anywhere on the screen, and then go ahead and left click to make it appear. And then we're just gonna have a little bit of a gap there. Gotta erase the word because meeting place away from vicinity. And that takes us to the end of PPT 102. Now we're going to click slide 4. Slide 4, they want it to be blank as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to right click, layout, blank to kind of get rid of all this stuff, and I have to get rid of this title. I don't need that. We're going to do blank screen here. We're going to click insert. We're going to click word art, and they want us to pick the third A on the left. And it should say your text here pops up, and we are typing be prepared. Then what they want us to click is transform, and they want it to do A, B, C, D this way. Now we have to see how it's a little bit different there. It is done the way we asked it to go. It just didn't change all that much. It did change, but not all that much. And then we are going to make this a little bit bigger. And we're going to position it so that it's in the center. We're going to try to find these out there. We're gonna try to do that. We're going to leave it there in the center. That brings us to the end of PPT 105. On 106, we then have to change the color scheme. So we're going to highlight it, and we're going to click text fill, and we're going to pick texture, and then we're going to pick purple mesh. So there, I changed the lettering to purple mesh. And then we're going to click text outline. Then we're going to click weight. And we're going to click 3-point. And we have to do, the desired color is orange. There we go, I forgot that step just there. Then we unclick and it should look just like the book. That brings us to the end of PPT 107. And now the final thing we're going to do is we are going to bring in the background. So the background is emergency collage back from Moodle. We're going to download it. We're going to left click. We're going to not let go. We're going to let go in PowerPoint. And we're going to make it a lot bigger than it is. Okay. Centered here. We're going to click and we're going to click on it and we're going to say send to back. And then be prepared pops up all over it. We want it to be transparency is 0. Just going to make this a little bit smaller so that it fits perfectly on the screen. Nice. Probably make our word a little bit smaller so that it looks exactly the same as the textbook. We then want to format the picture, and we want to do the picture corrections, color, under the fill category, so format picture, under the fill category, we're going to look at picture or texture fill. We're going to do transparency, 60%. There we have it. We're then going to go back to slide 3, and they want us to change the background of that slide. So we got to click the Format Background button. So we need to design and then Format Background. It's right here. We're going to format the background, and we are going to click Texture. It looks like we're picking this one here, and we're setting the transparency to 35. And we are then going to select as an option here. That's what page 111 is showing us. But we actually want to finish on gradient fill, and we want to pick the color as blue. Gradient stops. Should have a gradient stop in the middle. It should also be blue. And this should also be blue. Should have a white. See how I'm changing the picture here? Fun to play with. Just to kind of get it to look something like the picture. In this particular instance, it doesn't have to be exact. I just want to see that you have played with the gradient fill in this region, as that is the goal of this activity. So I'm going to leave it like that because it shows a little bit of the gradient. And we're just going to apply that. And I didn't want to apply it to all, so I'm going to undo that. I just wanted to do that background, the third slide. Now, PPT 113 is asking us to do some replace. So if we do, under the home section, we click replace, and we type in any word that says disaster. We're going to replace it with an emergency. We're going to find next. We're going to click replace all, and it should make 2 changes. It made them change beautifully. So now we have to go to the second slide, and we need to select a synonym for the word close that, for the word alive, and we want to replace the word stay alive, and the synonym would be, we wanted to change it to survive. That brings us to almost the end of page PPT 115. And what we need to do at this point is we need to actually enter the notes. So you see this notes button down here? You click it, and it gives you a start to start typing. So on slide 2, you have to type. The kit should include a flashlight, whistle, water, radio, batteries, 3-day supply of food, 3 gallons of water for each family member, change of clothing, tools, and first aid kit. Let's put in a first aid kit. So that's the end of page PPT 115. We're going to do the same thing for page 3. Type in the notes. It is one meeting place should be near the home, and the second should be outside the neighborhood. One out of state relative should be included in the contacts list. And in the last slide, we type in the same thing. Make sure it's in the notes slide, and you type in the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, has additional information about helping people prepare for emergency situations. Visit www.ready.gov. Then, at the end, we want to go back to home. Remove the note slide. We're going to go home. And then we're going to click review, and we're going to do spelling. And there's no spelling mistakes in the document. We've fixed that spelling mistake. We want to insert slide numbers now. So how are we going to do that? We're going to click insert. We're going to click slide number. We're going to click slide number under insert, slide number, and don't show on title page. And then we're going to click apply, and you should see there you have it. That is the end of the second project in INF 1070. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me at the information that you now see on your screen, by email, or phone contact, I'm ready to help. Thanks, and we'll see you for the next lesson, which is the first project in the COM 2025 series.